Somehow, my old self is coming back to me. It is time to sink or swim. Everything rests on the edge of a knife. This is the moment I've been waiting for.
Order! Your Honor, the defense is making a mockery of this court. Without any solid ground to stand on, he accuses the witness of being the murderer. Yeah, that's right. I'm no criminal. A third-rate fraud of a lawyer.
In that case, why don't we look at it from a different perspective? Let's hear your explanation as to why you are not the murderer.
Why? That's easy. For example, there's a name the victim wrote. What about that?
Oh, you mean the name Maggie?
Yeah, even an idiot like you can read that, right?
We already know this was not written by the victim himself. After all, the defendant's name is Maggie, and the victim was left. The defendant's name is Maggie, and the victim was left-handed. In other words, in order to make the defendant look guilty, the real criminal used the victim's right hand to write her name on the ground. But doesn't that mean the real criminal was someone the defendant knew? Otherwise, how else would the person know her name was Maggie? It's a good point.
The witness didn't even know of Miss Bird before this trial.
I forgot. Is there any way this creep could have known Maggie's name beforehand?
She told him her name.
It would be best if I could prove that the witness had a chance to learn the defendant's name was Maggie.
Now, will the defense please present its case? How could the witness have known the defendant's name?
Take that! Mr. Wellington, you didn't have your cell phone with you on the day of the murder, correct?
So what if I didn't?
When you realized you had lost it, what did you do?
What did I do?
Didn't you try to find it by calling it?
Why you? How did you? Your Honor, these questions have nothing to do with...
Overruled. Mr. Wright,
where are you going with this line of questioning? Do you think there's some relation between the witness's cell phone and the murder?
I do, Your Honor. On the day of the murder, Maggie Bird picked up a lost phone in the park. And she also received a phone call from the owner of the phone.
Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. Is this yours? Oh, I'm so glad you called. We can meet up, and I can give this back. I'll be right there. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. You can call me Maggie.
That was when you learned her name was Maggie. But you made one fatal mistake.
Fatal mistake?
The client's name is Maggie, but the name written on the ground was Maggie, i.e. This is a mistake that could only occur if you had only knew how her name was sounded. Order!
But, Your Honor, the witness has no motive.
Your point is?
It's very simple, Your Honor. A person usually would kill someone without reason. Mr. Wellington had no reason to kill anyone. He's absolutely correct. I don't have a motive.
Mr. Wright, Your Honor.
Can you explain what motive this witness could have had?
It's very simple, Your Honor.
Are you sure, Nick?
If I said I can't offer an explanation, then the trial's over, right?
Yeah, but...
Now then, please present to the court proof that the witness had a motive. Take that!
That's the only thing we have, right?
Mr. Wellington's motive is right here.
What is this? A list?
These phone numbers were pulled from the memory of the phone the defendant found. And we have determined that the people on this list are members of a certain group.
You looked up all those numbers?
Of course. This list of phone numbers was stored in the cell phone's memory. The names and numbers belong to people who are members of a certain con artist group.
What? Con artists?
Can you explain why these numbers are on your phone, Mr. Wellington?
This is an outrage. An invasion of privacy. Looking up the phone numbers on a person's phone is worse than crime than murder. You're one of those people. You're just like the cops who are the brilliant artists who disrupted a work of dialogue of the goddess of...
I don't care, Mr. Wellington. All I want for you is to tell us what this list is about.
You think any of you would have what it's like to be a fine man such as me. Your Honor, this is unjustified battery of the witness.
Objection overruled.
Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
Why would the witness have the numbers of a group of con artists on his phone? Isn't that obvious? The witness is...
He has to be a member. Right?
Mr. Wellington is a member of this very group.
No!
All of your friends' phone numbers are stored right here on this phone. If anyone were to look into these phone numbers, it would be all over for you. That is why you had to kill.
No! This is too much! That does make quite a bit of sense. Well, Mr. Wellington, would you care to explain?
I've got you now.
A police officer? Your Honor!
What is it, Mr. Payne?
Your Honor, this is unjustified battery of the witness!
You said the exact same thing only a few seconds ago.
Please, let's think about the contents of that phone call. Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back. The defendant had already promised she would return the phone. After that, all Mr. Wellington had to do was meet Miss Bird to get his phone back. Why then? Why would he need to kill anyone?
It's a valid point. What does the defense think about this? If you think about it logically, then it makes sense.
Then maybe we should be thinking outside the box.
Yeah. If we think like that, let's see. Maybe that slime ball something at the crime scene that made him commit murder. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? Well, I don't think Mr. Wellington went to pick up his phone in a very friendly manner.
He was promised his phone. So why would he have been unfriendly to the defendant?
I think he must have seen something that didn't agree with him when he got there. Well, then, Mr. Wright, what's this something that didn't agree with the witness?
Okay, here's my gut feeling. The age gap. That's my gut feeling. Don't quote me on it. That's just my gut feeling, though. Okay. So I went to go double check, and I accidentally hit the wrong button. So I had to redo everything. I messed up. It's fine.
Take that! What Mr. Wellington saw was the victim.
The victim? You mean Dustin Prince?
Dustin Prince had gone on his day right after his shift was over. With no time to change, he went to the park still wearing his police uniform.
Oh.
The girl that picked up my phone?
The girl that picked up my phone is with a policeman.
He couldn't have known that they were going out, so he began to worry. He was afraid that the policeman would ask a few questions before returning the phone. I can't talk. It's fine.
If I do anything suspicious, you're going to check on my phone.
In his mind, it was possible they had already run a check on his phone. And he went into a panic, is what you're saying. Exactly. Officer Prince was murdered simply because he was in uniform.
Mr. Payne, do you have any comments? I'm thinking. It seems truth has come out at last.
The witness, Mr. Wellington, you are...
Impressive. Not bad for a person with third-rate education.
What's that supposed to mean?
The evidence. Evidence. Ugh. Guy is really creeping me out. All you've been waving around and talking about is that suspicious cell phone, suspicious phone number this, suspicious con group. They're all on that phone. But who's to say that phone is really mine? Where's your proof? Your evidence?
You want proof that this phone is yours?
I already told you earlier. That phone I lost, I already found it. You don't even have the slightest idea who the phone in your hand belongs to. But you can be sure it isn't mine, you simpleton.
What? It feels good to see you squirm. We do seem to have a problem on our hand with this phone. Whose phone is it? Without knowing that, it's meaningless as evidence. Your Honor, this is bad. I can't let him turn the tables on me like this. A cell phone? There has to be something I overlooked. There's gotta be. Maybe.
Okay, the fingerprints don't mean anything because a bunch of us have touched it. So I'm gonna go with the stored numbers.
This phone has the names and numbers of those of the con group in his memory. I can show them to you, Your Honor. I don't believe this. What are you talking about? What are we trying to determine who that phone belongs to? Who cares about what the numbers are stored on it?
Like, honestly, you'll probably call any of them and they'll be like, what do you want, Wellington? Like, let's be honest. Besides, who knows? Maybe you went and added some of those numbers in yourself. We can't do anything with the fingerprints!
Jerk is back to his annoying.
It can't be the fingerprints because we've all touched it, though.
I've got it. We should check for fingerprints. Fingerprints? Yes, Your Honor. Sir Wellington must have left some prints on his phone.
Nick, don't you remember? When you got that from Maggie, you wiped it off.
What?
You said there was sand all over it, so...
Wiped it. I wiped it.
Pretty thoroughly, too. I'm just saying, we can literally... Honestly, probably any of them would love to rat him out. I'm just saying, they'd probably rat each other out. Let's be honest. It's so much fun watching the third-rate trash babble like morons amongst themselves.
He's made a complete recovery.
How many times do I have to say this? My phone is right here, you see? Oh, and incidentally, you can't check the numbers stored on this phone. It must have glitched because all the numbers just magically disappeared.
Got to be joking. You erased all the numbers I was going to use as evidence. Mr. Wellington.
What's this? By the tone of your voice, it sounds like you still have some fight left in you.
Where did you finally find your cell phone?
Oh, you're too much. And of course you have no idea what I'm talking about.
Oh my... Now I remember.
Oh, he took the phone.
Huh. Looks like they hung up.
Good. I finally found it.
So that's when...
What's wrong, Mr. Attorney? Why the harsh glare in your eyes? Nick, we've worked so hard to get this far, but if you don't do something quick, he's gonna get off scot-free.
I know. I know this phone has to be his. But how am I supposed to prove something like that?
Mr. Wright, you cannot prove who the owner of the cell phone is. Your indictment has no basis and therefore no power. It looks like you came up a penny short.
Where did I go wrong?
Don't blame yourself. You're merely a third-rate lawyer. You only made one big mistake. Who are you? What are you? Something you haven't figured out for yourself yet.
Who I am?
The court hereby concludes the cross-examination. If that will be all, I'll have to bid you gentlemen and ladies goodbye.
I have a reservation at that ultra-fancy restaurant on the upper side of town.
Thank you for your assistance. Had a stressful day, so please, bon appetit.
What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just let it go like that?
I'm just gonna raise an objection. That's just how I was taught.
Hold it!
Please wait, Your Honor.
Alright, Nick.
I think I may be able to prove it.
Prove it?
Prove what, Mr. Wright? Everything.
Your Honor, cross-examination has already ended. Besides, the defense is just going to badger the witness with more innate questions.
We will not harass the witness. Is that clear, Mr. Wright?
Did you hear that? No harassment allowed, Mr. Attorney.
Please. Your Honor.
Very well. This is your last chance, Mr. Wright. You may present one piece of evidence to the court. You get one shot. You cannot prove everything.
It's over. For your client and for you.
I'm gonna save real quick. Just so I don't have to do all of this again.
Do you fully understand? Yes, Your Honor.
I'm sure you are well aware, Your Honor. The cross-examination period has ended.
Were you paying attention, Mr. Payne? I said that Mr. Wright could present only one more piece of evidence.
Oh.
Now then, Mr. Wright, this is your last chance. It all comes down to this. It's go time.
Please present the one piece of evidence that will explain everything.
Okay.
Because what I'm thinking is... like, we've already done the names. I don't think the business card has anything to do with it. That's the only... it's either that or his profile. I don't feel confident in this.
Take that!
Is this your final answer?
Damn it.
I guess oh my gosh, we still have more guesses. Okay.
I can't imagine it's that. It's not the glove. It's not either of the crime scene photos. I'm not sure.
Take that!
Let's try the profile. Fuck. I can't believe it's this.
Take that!
Why, thank you.
How nice. Here, please have one of mine.
And now we have the judge's business card. Wait,
What am I doing? This isn't the time to be exchanging business cards.
Your Honor, there is something very important about that card, and that is
that not our number? I'm gonna assume the back.
card is important because of what is on the back.
You wrote your cell phone number on the back, but
That's exactly it. Can you please call this number from your cell phone?
right now? But court is still in session.
It's okay. You'll see.
Okay, if you say so.
Is the defense preparing something, Mr. Wright? We are going to call my cell phone now. And then the court will see everything for what it is.
Of all the idiotic, stupid things to do.
What? Why is my phone?
Why does he have Steel Samurai? And can I have this ringtone?
What is this stupid sounding ringtone? Mr. Wellington? How strange. I could almost swear that you're holding my phone.
Your?
Ugh. No, 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 no. It can't. By the way, before I forget, thank you very much for the lump on my head this morning. I don't think I need to explain any further except to say, when you went to retrieve your cell phone, you mistakenly took the wrong one. Homeboy's just been self-asphyxiating himself on the sand this whole time. I feel so sorry for the janitors. So here's what happened. You were knocked out by Mr. Wellington. He is a man who lives on his pride and self-image alone. In order to hide his involvement with the con artist group, he has become paranoid and has lost all ability to make rational judgments. And Mr. Wright, the phone you're holding. It's Mr. Wellington's, naturally. Speaking of that man, how is he, Mr. Payne? He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Maggie Bird,
Not guilty.
I always get that. I always think that song every time. That is all. The court is adjourned.
I knew that the real you would shine through eventually. I am so moved for what you've done for me, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I feel really bad for Dustin. He didn't do anything to deserve this. It's probably because of me.
Huh?
My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Your whole life? It can't be that bad, can it? Since I was 6 months old, I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building and been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've ever taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster, and never won or even tried at a game of tic-tac-toe. My life has really been nothing but a string of disasters.
That is, pretty bad.
Up until I went to college, I was known as the goddess of misfortune. And then, at the academy, everyone called me Lady Luckless. Lady Luckless? What's worse is that my misfortune only seems to latch onto those around me. What do you mean? When I see someone in trouble, I always try to help.
Ah, that's right. You were talking about this earlier.
It happened again recently too, sir. There was an old lady pacing back and forth by the pedestrian crosswalk. I gave her my hand and, before I knew it, we were having dinner at my house. Oh. I'm sure that Dustin's gone because of me. That's not true. The gloves didn't even have any sort of special meaning. It was just a present to say thanks for covering one of my night shifts. Oh, I see. Everything is all my fault. Dustin's death, your head being all messed up.
Well, I don't think that my head is that messed up yet.
I'm going to find a new life for myself starting now. The next time we meet, I'm sure I'll have found an old ocean's worth of good luck by then, sir.
Yeah, after all, the goddess of misfortune is only a name.
You bet. I'm gonna make it, I promise. Next time we meet, I'll only be an unlucky person instead of a goddess.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
Well, Mr. Wright, Maya, I should get going. Okay, good luck to you. Thanks. You take care of yourselves too.
What a horrible day. Got my memory back and things are still a little fuzzy.
But you're okay, and that's what counts. You really had me worried. Come on, let's go back to the office.
I'm afraid to ask, but here goes. So this might sound bad, but who are you?
What? I thought you said you got your memory back.
At that moment, everything really did come back to me. Detective Gumshoe, someone I've had clashes with in the past during certain cases. But he's also been a really good ally during others. The judge is a lovable, kind old man who is easily swayed by other people's opinions. And in the end, he always comes up with the right verdict. And this person, I haven't got a clue. He seems to know me, but maybe he's mistaking me for someone else? And this girl, Maya? You
finally remembered?
This is Maya Fey, my assistant. That's right, I have so many unforgettable memories about her. For example,
Earth to Nick, what's wrong? Keep staring at me. Don't tell me you've missed me.
Yeah, I suppose I have. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages.
Oh? Well, I'm back now, so it's time for us to create new memories together.
Alright, sounds good. All the phone numbers on my phone were erased by Mr. Wellington. I guess I have to start over from the very beginning.
Come on, Nick. Let's go to our usual burger joint.
Okay. Actually, it hasn't even been that long since she came back into my life. And that story began on one rainy afternoon 2 months ago.
That is it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. And we'll be back for more Ace Attorney with episode 2, Reunion and Turnabout. I'll see y'all then.